It's been a minute since I talked about rose fragrances on my channel. I think the last video that I filmed was maybe 2-3 years ago, so it's long overdue, and since then my collection has expanded. I've tested so many new rose fragrances, so I've compiled 12 rose fragrances today, each in subcategories, so that it is super easy for you to navigate these perfumes, and I find that it is very fitting with Valentine's Day around the corner, so let's get straight into it. So I said I had different subcategories for the roses. I have my trusty perfume notebook. I literally write all of my thoughts and notes around fragrances in this notebook that I then use to plan my YouTube videos. So I have it so I don't forget what categories these are. The first one is fresh and light roses. Then we have fun and playful girly roses, formal and elegant roses, and finally the sexy vampy roses are great for going out or going on a date. So I'm going to kick it off with the fresh and light category. So these are really easygoing rose perfumes that are great, I would say, for everyday use. So the first one is Rosee from Miller Harris. I would say this one is now probably amongst my top favorites from Miller Harris. I adore this rose. This is an ethereal, really soft and delicate, musky rose. There's something that is very grounding and comforting about the scent. It's so nice. Imagine a dewy, watery rose that you're just freshly picking in a garden, something like that. A pale pink rose that is so perfect, so delicate, and really beautiful to look at. And you know, sometimes with those pale pink roses, you can smell a fruitiness from it if it's very, very fresh. I kind of get that with this. There's a very fresh, playful fruitiness. I would say this is an everyday scent, and I've worn it on the day-to-day basis. And what I love about it is the dry down and the sillage that it gives. If you love musky scents and if you love florals and specifically rose, you're going to love this. I cannot get enough of the sillage. I love it when I get whiffs throughout the day. I'm like, oh my gosh, this smells so good, and it's so soft and beautiful and delicate and really romantic. This is it. This is a romantic scent. Rosee by Miller Harris. Next, we have one of my all-time favorite fragrances that I cannot stop talking about. This is not paid. This is not sponsored. It is fantastic. Delina la Rosee from Parfums de Marly. Now, yes, this is a peony dominant fragrance, but there also is some rose, and it is another fresh type of rose peony. So you can think of it as a peony and rose bouquet with some sweet notes of lychee and also, you know, the musk, this very cocooning, enveloping musk. A clean white musk that's fresh. This is great. I don't think I need to say much more about this perfume. It is girly, it is flirty, it is long lasting, it is so easy to wear. Yeah. Delina la Rosee by Parfums de Marly. And finally, we have Miss Dior Rose Essence. And I like to say that this is a bougie rose water because it is so expensive. But this perfume in reality is really fleeting, so it doesn't last on the skin. But the reason why I bought it is because the smell of this rose water is so incredible. This is a work of art, and it is the most luxurious smelling rose water perfume that I have ever smelled. I absolutely adore it. It is on the pricier side, not to forget that it is made with the roses from Grasse, which are some of the most expensive roses in the world. There's not a lot of them available, which drives the price up, and probably which is why this is so expensive. But this is so pretty. Oh my goodness, it's dewy, it's a little bit honeyed, very, very fresh, and you get that cosmetic rose water touch, which I love. This one is for the perfume lovers. If you have some extra money lying around and you wanna just gift yourself something really nice, then I would recommend getting this one. I mean, that's what I did. I wanted to, give a little gift to myself, reward myself for achieving a milestone, so I ended up buying Miss Dior Rose Essence. This is so stunning. Now we're entering into the girly, fruity, and fun, playful rose fragrances. I got two perfumes. The first one is Pink Me Up from Atelier des Ors. This is one of the newer releases. And I mean, the pink bottle. Like this pink bottle for me is everything. I just love it. This goes very well in my office, by the way, because I have touches of pink absolutely everywhere. So I love to display this. But onto the fragrance. Speaking of Centifolia Rose and Rose de Grasse, there is Centifolia Rose in this fragrance as well. This perfume is more of a fruity floral scent, so you're gonna get a lot of fruit with that beautiful centifolia rose. So the fruit in here is more on the lines of a berry, so it's blackberry mixed with centifolia rose, and a really interesting note of champagne, which really makes this fragrance sparkle and pop. Imagine you're drinking champagne, and you know, like the fine little bubbles that fizzes on your tongue? That is what this perfume, when I smell it, makes me think of. It's crazy. If you've watched Emily in Paris and she ordered a Kir Royal, that champagne with the cassis liquor. I think it's cassis liquor, but picture it with blackberry. This is what this perfume smells like to me. It is a Kir Royal with blackberry. You're sipping this in the summer, just living your best life. It's a very happy perfume, I would say. It's a happy, bright, and uplifting fragrance. I love the note of champagne. Sadly, it is not super long lasting. This one is more on the fleeting side. It's also easygoing, so it's not a fragrance that is super crazy niche, and Atelier des Arts have some quite challenging scents and really interesting perfumes. This is on more of the entry-level niche side of things. So if you're interior designers and you're wanting to level up into niche and you want to find something that is still quite unique, but that isn't too difficult to understand, this is a great one to try. Then we have a perfume oil from Nest. It is Turkish Rose, another pink bottle. This video is literally making me so happy because there are pink bottles everywhere. We have this, we have Delina La Rosee, we have Monsieur Rose Essence, we have the Pink Me Up Atelier des Arts. I mean, I'm in pink heaven. This is a dream for me. So the Turkish Rose from Nest, this is a really nice perfume oil and it launched recently. It's available in the US. I don't know if it's available in the UK yet. It is beautiful. This is an intoxicating scent and you don't need that much because it's quite strong in my opinion. Let's give it a sniff. Oh, this is so good. Oh my goodness. This would be fantastic for layering as well, by the way. So this one is a fruity rose, but with some spice. There's some spicy facets that I pick up, and you have a big dose of plum, which adds a juiciness. Imagine staining your fingers with plum compote or jam. This is how intensely sweet the plum is in it, but it's not a sickening effect, which I love. This to me is a cousin to Atomic Rose from Initio. The two scents share a similar DNA. I would say with Turkish Rose, the perfume oil from Nest, it is on the fruitier side, so enhanced in fruits, a little bit of spice, whereas Atomic Rose is much more spicy and ambery. I will try layering Atomic Rose with this. It would probably be a really good match. Next we have the Formal and Elegant Roses, so your more sophisticated roses, and I'm so excited about this one because there's two perfumes that are on my wish list that I will be getting this year. I'm so excited for these and I'm so excited to share them with you. The first one I've talked about quite a bit. It is Ex Nihilo Brompton Immortals. Once I finish this sample, I will buy a full-size bottle. I think that is a better way of approaching this purchase because this one is very pricey. I think it's 300 something pounds, so I can't imagine how much it costs in dollars, and you can only get it at Harrods. It's a Harrods exclusive. This to me is a perfect black tie type of rose fragrance. Not that you need a black tie event to wear this perfume, because given the price that you're paying for this, you're gonna wanna have a wear out of it or two. But yeah, it is on the more formal side. Oh my goodness, this is heaven. I'm literally spritzing all my rose fragrances together, and who knows, I might find a really cool layering combination after this video. Anyways, back to Brompton Immortals. This is a musky amber rose, a rich red rose in the heart with this addictive, kind of balmy feeling from amber. You know Rouge Malachite. So we have the white florals and then this balmy resinous feel from benzoin. Imagine that balminess from Rouge Malachite, that beautiful balminess that comes from the resins, that warms to the skin. You have a little bit of that vanilla coming out as well, that touch of sweetness that is so addictive and so beautiful. This is what's in this perfume, but then instead of white florals, you have rose. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that balminess from Rouge Malachite. You find it as well in Brompton Immortals. It is so beautiful. I cannot get enough of this fragrance. So yeah, this one, I don't know if you guys have tried it yet. If you have, I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. This is a keeper for sure. Next, we have a fragrance from Ormonde Jayne, and this is another one that is so fabulous. In fact, Ormonde Jayne have some really good perfumes, especially the Silk Roots collection. I think that's what it's called, the orange fragrances. I've discovered a few of these that are outstanding outside of Le Vent, which you know. So this one is called Damask, and actually this is the hair mist, and it smells sublime. If you love the Delina La Rosee or Scherzo or Fashionably London from Zara, these fresh, musky, a little bit fruity roses, you will love Damask. Trust me on this. Damask is Delina La Rosee, Fashionably London, and Scherzo next level. It is next level in the sense of sophistication and elegance. It is more wearable than Brompton Immortals. This is one that you'll probably get more use out of. I certainly do. I mean, I've used it quite a bit already. And once this is out, I will be getting the Eau de Parfum. So yeah. Actually, I'm gonna do a little mix here. I'm gonna spray Brompton Immortals on my skin. And then now I have the hair mist, Damask hair mist, and the mix. Oh my gosh, the mix is amazing. See, I told you I would find great layering combinations. And the third rose that is more formal and sophisticated is Oud Silk Mood from Maison Kurkdjian. And don't come at me for saying this, but I actually prefer it over Oud Satin Mood because it is more elegant, and I find it to be very, very smooth and really suave. This is a stunner of a fragrance, a stunning Middle Eastern type of rose, but on the fresher side. So beautiful. So you're gonna have some citruses that are gonna brighten the composition with bergamot. There's also some gaiac wood, of course some oud, and a gorgeous rose heart. This is really soft and yeah, literally does replicate the texture of silk. It just, imagine the feeling of wearing silk, like a silk dress or a silk shirt on your body. This is, to me, what this perfume is all about. If you found that Oud Satin Mood is a little bit too obnoxious, I invite you to try Oud Silk Mood. It is softer and fresher. And the final category is the sexy vampy roses, which I'm sure a lot of you are interested in. And I would recommend those for wearing on Valentine's Day if you have a hot and steamy date night. I'm gonna go straight in with a killer. It is Oud Satin Mood, and this is totally unisex. Guys, girls can wear it. In fact, out of actually the first few fragrances, I would say are more on the feminine side, but this for sure is a unisex offering. And my goodness, this perfume is so sexy. It's so kinky. Oh, I mean, yeah, you have to own it in order to be able to wear this fragrance, because otherwise it will wear you. Imagine like a deep red stained lip, black lace corset, patent high heels. That is the kind of image that I get when I smell Oud Satin Mood. It is very sexy, very imposing and strong. This is a badass perfume and extremely seductive, so use with caution. You don't need to overspray with the scent because I find it to be super strong, and it also will last all night long. Next, we have Hibiscus Mahajad by Maison Crivelli, and I have a funny story to share with you. I think I've shared it already on my channel, but if you haven't seen it, I will repeat it for you because it's hilarious. So I met one of my subscribers at Scent Explore, and he wears Hibiscus Mahajad, and he wore it one night out. He went to a strip club and the stripper licked it off of his chest. That is the story. So, I mean, I think enough said, right? I don't really need to go into this fragrance. I mean, this is what it is. I don't want to say it's the stripper perfume, but it definitely will attract attention for sure. So Hibiscus Mahajad is a rose that is leathery, it's jammy as well. It's like rose petals macerating in vanilla syrup with a leathery kind of intertwined, the leathery base intertwined in between the rose petals. This is a fragrance that will last for days and days on end, on clothes, on your skin if you don't shower. If you like very strong, super sexy roses, this one is a compliment magnet. People will stop you to ask you what you're wearing. On the occasions I've worn this, people have asked me what I'm wearing or have always complimented me on the scent. Hibiscus Mahajad by Maison. Speaking of compliments and head-turning fragrances, we have Scherzo by Miller Harris. This is another one that really just draws people in. I don't know what it is in this perfume. This is like witchcraft, like it's crazy. And Miller Harris do pump this out of their stores, which is how they attracted my attention, which led me to buy this perfume. So Scherzo is a rose oud combo, super different to both of the oud, satin, silk mood fragrances from MFK. Scherzo is, I would say, a fresher take. There is more of a watercolor of florals with rose, some berry nuances, so a little bit of sweetness from fruit, and the oud is more in a supporting role. And I know a lot of you have tried this fragrance, and I would like to say 98% of you have said that you loved this fragrance, and which is saying a lot. So this is a little gem from the niche fragrance world. I highly recommend you try it. It is very long lasting, 12 hours plus, and it projects really, really well too. So yeah, Scherzo by Miller Harris. And finally, we have Atomic Rose from Initio, another beast mode perfume. I feel like a lot of these roses on the date night situation category, they are very strong and they project and they will last ages and ages on end. So if you want long lasting roses, skip to these last four. These will last forever and ever and ever. So Atomic Rose, I kind of touched upon it a little bit earlier. It's, I would say this is Delina's sexier older sister. So Delina, do I have it behind me? No, I don't anymore. But Delina, for those of you who haven't tried it yet, is, you know, a very likable DNA rose that is creamy with vanilla. There's also some pops of fruit. It's quite girly, and this one, Atomic Rose, is just more, I don't want to say mature because that's not necessarily the right word, but more put together. Put it this way, Atomic Rose is Delina, but more put together, more chic and elevated. And actually between the two, I prefer Atomic Rose. This is very, very addictive. And it's another thorny rose. Yeah, this is so beautiful. Amber, vanilla, a fresh rose, really nice. The amber will really come through in the base and will, again, warm to your skin, and the projection is phenomenal as well on this perfume. So yeah, I recommend this one. It is truly an atomic type of rose, a thorny rose. And this is amongst my top favorite fragrances from Initio Parfums Privé. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your favorite rose fragrances? I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.